450 race recap. 450 race recap brought to you by our friends at Gutter Works. Always well hung, just like Justin Barsha.
Hanging front wheels over dragon tracks, too.
You know what else is hanging? His collarbone.
That's a bummer.
That is a big bummer. Okay.
Yeah, I was excited to see him fully healthy outdoors.
Do you guys want to talk about...
We got to start with Tomac, man. We got
we
to start
have
with
to?
Eli.
Yeah.
You want to know why we need to start with him? Because that's a wrap, boys. That's his career right there.
I think that's the last time we see Eli Tomac.
So the question was asked in the group chat I was in, different one from you two last night.
I guess Cooksey and all that.
Yeah.
About the boots, the big boots conspiracy?
No. The question
Need some
was
ankle savers.
No, that wasn't a thing.
No, you haven't seen the latest.
Was the will we get the retirement announcement on Monday or will we get it post-op?
Post-op. But he's done.
Well, it looks
I'd say
like the
Monday.
op was already done because he looked like he was crouching through veil.
I think Monday.
I mean, I don't know about you boys, how much you know about Achilles tendons. I've had friends that have, like, from football that have had those injuries.
It's a 12-month recovery.
And that's if, like, you're lucky,
I
depending on how
heard-
bad it was.
So I did hear, I was listening to the Pulp review here before you boys got here. I did hear that it's not quite as bad as
But it
they
doesn't-
initially
it doesn't
thought.
matter.
But can we talk about for just a second how much of a badass he is? So first off, I just want to point this out. So he does that jump, right? And we can see it compress as he goes up the face. He goes like that single over table, and then that's when it happened is he compressed to like bounce for that 3, right? Does that 3. As he compresses, he knows it. So he hits that jump, lands essentially one-footed because you can see him holding his left foot off of it. Then has enough mindset to like not hit any gas or anything, roll that next one, then has enough mindset as he's still trying to figure out like, I think I just fucked up my leg into oblivion, to go, oh shit, I have too much speed. If I go off this, I'm just going to like face this next one, hits the gas, and then doubles the next set.
Like
perfectly. And
looks down to like make sure his leg's still there.
Yeah, to make sure the leg's still there and off the peg, and then like lands and then finally pulls off. Now I can tell you from being on, and I don't know if you've ever been on a Supercross track or the last time or anything.
Oh my God.
But I can tell you, it's not easy to jump those doubles, period. Like they all make them look very easy, and now he's doing it with one leg, and I'm just going, holy shit. On top of my leg, I cannot move my leg.
I honestly thought, I don't know about you guys, I
knee.
thought it was the knee that
I
he fucked
did
up
too.
in East Rutherford in practice. The way he was like looking
Yeah.
down at it because he wasn't putting pressure. And the crazy thing is too, with the Achilles tendon, that's not an injury you normally hear from motocross.
No.
riders, because that's the support point of the boot. So that's not like when you like ankles, but it's always in the front. You never really hear of Achilles tendons being an issue.
You haven't heard the latest. Cole, hit him with the latest.
Cooksey has this conspiracy.
Oh, boy.
So
Already over it.
TLR tinfoil hat here.
I'm already over it.
So if you look at Coop's boots and a standard Tech 10, there's like this piece on the front of it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like a hard plastic piece.
It's like a hard plastic piece that's maybe for more support. I don't know. But Tomac's boots, it's removed. You don't have them.
Yeah.
So there's like less support or something. I don't know if it's
He's got like zoomed in pictures of Tomac's boots
Be
without
that as
it.
it may, though, go through the time that anybody you've
no,
everybody here,
this is
all,
not a
all
thing.
the people we've ever known that has ever ridden a dirt bike at a decent level. Take out the fact that it's a Supercross track, and then you talk about how long all 3 of us combined have been around this sport.
Yeah.
I've never heard of somebody blowing out an Achilles tendon. That is not a thing that happens. with dirt
No,
bikes.
and that's
It's not.
And the boot thing.
Like that. Be that as it may, that may be
That's
true,
whatever.
but still, though, that's like a stretch that had anything to do with Eli. Like how many times has he G'd out on a dirt
Have
bike?
you seen?
Right,
have you
that's
seen,
just proof of how gnarly those G-outs are.
Oh,
have,
yeah.
Have you seen Hopper's post with those extendo
I
pegs
don't
with the
even
heel
wanna
thing
know.
that,
Look, I'm not-
that says coming to?
I mean, ankle
factory
savers
Yamaha?
are good though. They're smart. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Cooksey is wrong. Maybe he's fucking right, but I just don't buy into that because, like I said, the Achilles tendon is not a normal injury.
Well, look,
for,
he has a picture of a standard Tech 10, and there is a plastic
Yeah, that's
piece in
what
there.
I'm
Now,
saying.
whether or not that's actually for ankle support to keep it from to keep your foot from flexing backwards that far, who knows? And it's definitely not on Eli's boots.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
this sounds like a plug, but you know what boot does have something, a mechanism that...
I don't. The Garnet.
No,
Oh.
the Liette boot.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lockout system on it.
Interesting.
So
Well-
your body is... Sound like I'm plugging Liette right now. But your body...
it's okay. You used to work for him.
Yeah, your body is naturally supposed to flex a certain amount before it breaks, right? So this boot is designed to get to that maximum point, and then it locks out on its own.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, I went out because I was just reorganizing the trailer, and I looked at my Tech 7s, and they do not have them. So
Like I said-
maybe it's just a Tech 10 thing. I don't know. I'd love
think
to go
it
to
was
the
just-
dealership and look.
I think it was just bad luck.
I think so
It
too.
is.
really
It
do.
is.
Yeah.
It's just bad luck.
But
Yeah.
back to the original point. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's Eli's career. He's not
I
coming
know.
back from this. He's done.
No.
No, why would he at this point in his career? Why would he put all the effort in to come back and perform at that level?
It was touch and go before this as to how much longer he was going to go beyond, say, outdoors here anyway and the super motocross stuff. And now you add on a 1-year recovery when he's already on the fence. Dude, he's out.
He's done.
He's done.
And
He's done.
I've been asked by a couple different people today, is that the last time we see Tomac ride? And I
think
said,
so.
yep. I mean, I sent that in that group chat to Coach and them last night. I was like, well, and just like that, that's the last time we ever saw
Such a
Eli
bummer.
Tomac race a dirt
It
bike.
is such a bummer to see that's the way. And to think about all the shit that he's been through, and the last time he's been seriously hurt was 2015 with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Like I remember in 2018, what was it, the second round in Houston when he crashed in practice and he had to miss the race and they thought he missed a couple rounds. I don't even know what he did. But if you think about Eli's career, like outside of the double
pretty
shoulders,
healthy.
he has been. I mean, that also is a testament to his training program, everything he does with his dad John, like how solid his whole physiological standpoint of going about his career has been.
Yeah.
A lot of red blood cells.
I'm not an Eli Tomac fan, but that is such a bummer to see
It
him
is.
go out that way. That is not the way anybody should end their career.
And you
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
Here's
I
the
100%
thing.
agree.
We were talking about how sweet outdoors was going to be.
I think it's still going to be sweet, but it's just not going to be as sweet.
It's going to be interesting.
Listen,
but
Well,
yeah,
we'll get to that with Chase in my comments.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And so quick, everybody forgot about Frenchie.
I know Mathis and all them don't even think he's going to be anywhere near, which is I think is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't
But
think so either.
I think you're high.
I think he'll be in the game, man.
If he's
I don't
healthy,
think so.
If he's healthy, dude.
There's no way he's sitting there practicing and in anywhere close to race shape. Like
No, I'm saying and what,
It
if
don't
he's
matter,
if he's in shape.
If
that's
so
my
if he's in
caveat.
shape-
Yes.
So I will say mid-season on, and we'll get into this when we do it. But so just a quick thought: mid-season on, I think he'll be okay if
Yes.
he comes in shape and he's ready.
No, I don't expect him
and doesn't
right
have
off the
anything.
cuff to
but
be.
but the first
no.
6 rounds, I don't expect.
And that's my caveat is I said that if he was in shape, I expect him to be battling. for
Here's the
title,
thing:
but I don't know if
he'll
he's going
still
to.
do well at this point because everybody's hurt. So like.
yeah.
I don't like Barsha. I think is borderline if he's going to come
I think
back.
Barsha will be fine after round.
You
3.
know, there's nobody for
AC. You're gonna have AC.
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I think as long as Dylan stays, if he can just be on the box, he can put himself in it. But no, I don't expect him to go out and beat those guys right away. But his outdoors is still going to be good. It's just going to be a Honda battle now.
Oh wait, I got a good one for you guys.
How off topic are we going to get?
No, A or B here. What comes first? Tomac's retirement announcement or Anderson not riding outdoors?
Well, I told you press day. Anderson.
Or that Webb's signature's dry on that star contract and all the pieces start falling.
That brings up a good. Have you been on Instagram today?
No.
World Supercross has a very cryptid post.
Yeah, it's a silhouette of
a guy.
Roczen.
You know,
It's a Fox helmet and a Suzuki.
Maybe
All
Which
right.
that's gonna be my
coming 5'8",
go to the
which is
rant.
tomorrow.
Right now my rant.
one more thing for me before we
Just
get
put
on.
WSX.
One more thing for me before we get to Chase. You know who's actually like right now, and he's probably not happy that this is like what it does because there was the talk of like, oh, Coker and Bobby Regan, they're all gonna let like Eli decide after the year and then next year. You know, he's probably doing a happy dance right now because now he knows he's locked into a 450 contract at Star. Jay
Webb.
Coop. No,
Oh.
Jay Coop.
You think so?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I think after that, because I think with Eli going out and who knows what's happening with Dylan, Coop to Star, okay. But Jay Coop, he's probably going,
He rode-
I'm on a 450 on Star
He
next
rode
year.
pretty well. He's either there. I'm really interested in who ends up on that Cowie.
I think for him, he's like, well, I got a 450 ride for next year with his team now.
Yeah. And last point I want to make about Eli and that whole situation before we move on. And you mentioned Coker, which made me think of it. I'm so happy. Like, hats off.
Came out and made
Golf
the
clap to
announcement right
him.
there.
Made the announcement right there on the broadcast.
Yep.
It was great for TV. Ricky and all them are like, there it is. It's done. Dude, you could tell the emotion. Like, he was pretty bummed, holding some stuff
He was
back.
bummed. Oh yeah.
I mean, probably a pretty good bonus check for all of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just thank God that he did that. I have hats off to him.
Yeah.
I just think of Nathan Ramsey when they're asking him about Mookie and he's just dancing around it.
Yeah.
Ruptured Achilles, we're done for the season.
Jeremy Coker don't give a shit.
Simple as
I think
that.
everybody on the team. I'd say the same thing about Brad Hoffman, who's the co-owner. Jensen Hendler, who's the 250 guy, the team manager, like all those dudes, like they don't beat around the bush. They're all pretty up. I mean, Jensen Hendler kind of danced around the whole Thrasher Hunter Lawrence thing, but I mean, yeah, like we all talk about this. Be fucking transparent. And Jeremy Coker's like, yeah, no, we're done. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay.
And I was kind of set back.
Holy shit.
I was like, there it is. Now it's really setting in. Like Sexton.
I was gonna say, well, and this brings me to my next topic here is that so Sexton wins the race,
wins the
title,
wins the title,
but they don't. And like my thing was I was trying to do math in my head, and I'm lucky that thankfully they put it on the screen there at the end. But I'm like, okay, so then the next thing that goes in my mind here is how far off is Coop? And does he try to come back next weekend?
I thought about that too, but there's no way.
I don't think he would get cleared.
He's too many points out,
and he wouldn't get cleared anyway. There's no way
because I think he's pretty burnt out on his whole situation.
Chase, but same thing. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, because I couldn't remember. I knew Kenny was way back.
Yeah.
But think about the history of our sport, outdoors and Supercross. I have never, as long as I don't
like
ever
this is the
remember
weirdest one, right?
I don't ever remember a time where you go into 2 races to go, Supercross or outdoors. The champ essentially has it wrapped up. I mean, mathematically, no. But it's Eli. You have to take that into account. Goes out. We know he's not going to race the next round. The second place guy doesn't now even have to show up to the last round, but still wins the title. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, is this going to be a coronation? Like, is Chase going to, are they just going to give him the number one?
That's what I was thinking.
But look, I'll say this.
They don't have championship shirts.
And I will also say this.
And they technically can't because
Eli's
like still in striking distance.
I don't like the AMA, but I'm glad that they didn't do it last night. They should have acknowledged it, but I'm glad they didn't do it. Because I think that would have been an unfair thing to Chase and not.
Yeah, well, so what I was
Ricky did acknowledge it.
Yeah. Well, even Lee Diffie did too.
So what I've heard is that basically Lars went up to everybody and he is like, "We're not celebrating a Chase championship tonight because this is not how we like to win it." Which
and
don't get me
Jet
wrong,
won one.
yeah, and Jet won, and like I said, technically they didn't win it last night because Eli still is only seven points down.
And no, I don't think everybody. And I think at that point, like there was still confusion.
There was a lot.
They're like, "What do we do?" And I'm glad that I always forget his mechanic's name. Fort years old mechanic. Oh yeah, Brandon Zimmerman, right? Yeah.
Marshall, Michigan's own.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Nope. I know who he is. They were like when they were asking him, "Oh, you gonna tell Chase?" He's like, "Nope, not even gonna say anything. Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that." I'm like, that was smart.
Yeah,
and he knows he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I thought the TV crew did a pretty cool job where they cut all the audio and they were just listening in to see if they could get the words at the end. I like that.
Nobody
stuff.
and they all went up to him and they like
nobody said
I don't even
nothing.
think anybody said anything to him.
No,
until
he went. What happened to Tomac? Like that's what he said, and nobody said anything.
How?
Yeah, Ricky caught that too. He's like, he just said it. He just asked.
How fucking crazy is that Chase Sexton is going to be the 2023 450 Supercross champion.
At 23 years old in 2023.
In 2023.
Let me just say, God smiled on him and was like, "Hey, bro, I want you to have one 450 title before your career is over."
Oh my God.
And so here we go. This is his one. You're welcome.
Here we go. This is
No, you know what happened? Ricky Carmichael got paid off to go down and take the piece off the boot so Honda could win a title again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I will tell you this right now.
19 years.
And we had this
20 years on that.
I think
we had
it's
this
19
conversation.
is what they said.
We had this conversation. It was 2004.
Yeah, so 19 years.
We had this
No,
conversation.
He didn't win in 04.
What?
He didn't win one in 04.
It was 03 that Chad won. Chad won in 03 because Ricky wasn't there.
No, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I could have sworn.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute, but no. I was like, when did the last time?
I'm fact checking you.
I think I'm right, dude.
But
I think
this
it
is
was
the
03.
craziest title.
I will say this. I will say this right now. And we were talking about this, like going into outdoors, and I made the comment that I don't think Eli cares. You give Chase confidence, but what's going to happen now? And this is not the way to win it. But after everything Chase went through this year, all the fuck ups. But had he not done that, all the fastest lap qualifiers.
03. Ricky won in 03.
Oh, I'm talking about Supercross.
Fact check, bro.
I was talking about Supercross.
That's what we're talking about.
Chad won 03 Supercross, didn't he?
No, Chad won in 04.
Oh, that's right. Because
And then he
of
was
the Honda
out.
Suzuki
He was
switch.
out,
Okay.
and then he went to Suzuki. When he
Okay.
came back.
20 years. Okay.
So 20. So anyways.
Anyway.
I love.
Right?
proving
Hey, you're
people
right.
wrong.
You're right. Hey, you're right. You're right. I
Especially
couldn't remember
Justin.
either. I couldn't remember either. I was like, when did the switch happen? I don't know why I always thought Chad won in 03.
Dude, encyclopedia over
It's
here
fine,
just
bro.
dropped the ball.
Look, bro, I got a lot of product
People
in
in
my
the
ha-
comments
I
get
got
him on that
I
a
got
lot
time.
of product in his
I got
hair.
a lot of product in my hair. It's weighing down my brain.
Unbelievable.
What happens, though, if Chase, even though this is not the way he wanted it, there was a lot of people that could say, oh, he should have won outdoors last year. If you'd have taken away all the mistakes, he would win Supercross. Say this right now, going to KTM. I don't care about Jet Lawrence, and I don't really care about Dylan right now. Chase Sexton, this might be the start of the run.
I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to like that KTM.
Because there's a Jet that's going to run right into him.
Chase is going to... No. I don't give a shit about Jet. Okay. Last night, I don't care. We can argue this all day long. You talk about Jet Lawrence, this and that. What have we said with Chase? He needs the confidence. This is not the way you want to win the title, but he can go back and say, you had to be there. I didn't get hurt. I beat Eli. I was faster than Eli.
He made a good point in the press conference last night, too. Everybody gives him crap because he's so big, like he's built like a brick shit house or whatever, right? And his program is built around being built like a brick shit house.
Who's not built like shit brick house? Jet Lawrence.
His neck was
Jet's tiny.
His neck was looking a little bigger last night.
Even with steroids, it still takes time to develop. So, you give him another 4 years, I bet he's going to look exactly like Chase because he's starting to now.
Okay, so Chase is going to be 27 in 4 years, too.
I'm just saying. So, anyway, but he did say, we focus on this in my program of being durable, and look how many times I've hit the ground this year. And not, lightly hit the ground either. And here I am. So, don't get me wrong. We can't take anything away from Tomac. His durability over the course of his career here has been incredible. Mm-hmm. However, when it comes to this year, Chase has hit the deck a dozen times hard.
Chase is the favorite going into outdoors.
And he's I didn't say that wasn't the case. 100%. But anyway, and he's still here. Hasn't broke yet. So, knock on wood, that's a good sign. And he's going to win this title.
And he's going to win a title, and it's not the way to do it. But I don't think, honestly, if you can look for that little sliver of hope, I don't think Chase cares. He goes, because I was in it to win it. I'd beaten him 4 out of the last 5. Well, yeah.
He's going to end up with, barring anything crazy happening next weekend, which who the hell knows at this point.
But it doesn't matter. It's 40-something points.
Yeah. I know he doesn't even have to race, but he's probably going to. But he'll have 6 wins to Tomac's 7. But he'll have been fastest qualifier. What did they say? 15 out of the 16.
Yeah, 7, threw away probably 4 or 5 wins.
7, 8 heat wins. Dude, his confidence right now is going to be through the roof after winning that title. I think that's a scary I don't think he gives a shit about anybody else. I think it's scary. I think he's the favorite going into outdoors, and I don't really care about... If he not won this title, I think there would be some merit to it. But I think for him, all this hype coming in with Jet, I don't think he cares about it anymore. I think for him... Dude, this literally, I'm serious, and you guys know I like Chase Sexton, but I've been very critical of Chase. This might be the start of the run for him. This literally might be start of the run. That was the one thing he had that needed to get over the hump.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that check's gonna cash.
Supercross hangover.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think he was at the point where he was already looking to outdoors.
Probably. And he likes He's one of the few guys that likes outdoors.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an impressive season here. It's weird. Does he race next weekend, or does he say, I'm just going to wait for outdoors?
No, I think you're right. I think you...
Because he doesn't have to.
Because I think he wants to keep winning.
Just give Roczen a win, dude.
I think he wants to keep winning.
Yeah.
I do. I think he races next weekend.
I think so, too. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's $100,000, too.
That's what I'm saying. I think he wants to keep winning.
Well, I think Honda's going to want him to ride, too, because they're going to have both number 1 plates.
All three number one plates.
And then they'll probably do this thing where they have all 3 of them on the podium at the same time for a photo op. No, he's definitely going to race.
Yeah, and it's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool, especially being a Honda guy. It's fucking wild.
But, and then as far as his race last night, too, he came from a little ways back and started chugging along, and I think that's been, his formula lately is, coming from the back, and it just keeps him focused,
Yeah. I don't really... Here's the thing about Chase, in my opinion, from a person that is all about technique and the way you ride a motocross track. When Chase is on and he doesn't have those brain farts, it's very hard to critique Chase on anything he does on a dirt bike track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It really is. There's times where with Jet and Hunter and some of these other guys, you can find little things. But with Chase, when he's dialed, it's hard to really critique him on anything that he's doing out there because he's really not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just when he has the brain farts, you're like, well, there it is.
Yeah. I'm going to put this out there. I hope Chase kicks Jet's ass because Jet needs a little bit of a humbling.
I think he's going to. I really do. I think that Jet's going to get wins, but I think that Chase is going to probably be your 2023 outdoor champion.
But Jet needs a bit of a humbling. You can kind of see the arrogance.
We'll talk about that when we get to
those two are going to go at it. By the way, though, I disagree with your comment about the KTM. I think Chase is going to be good on that bike.
Good luck.
I think he's going to be fine. That bike's dialed, dude. The bike, this is not a 2022 KTM. That bike is fine.
Christian Craig is the best in the whoops, and he's dead from him.
I'd say that Cooper Webb was doing just fine. His speed just wasn't there. Marv was doing fine before he got hurt. AP was doing fine before he got hurt. And theirs was not. I don't think they got hurt have anything to do with bike stuff. But you're not wrong. Fucking Craig was dookie butt in the whoops.
Dude,
Dookie.
I think he was dookie all around.
Anyway. All right.
I've turned the corner, but he was dookie.
All right, let's move on here.
If he would have stayed on a Star Yamaha.
Put that man back on a Yamaha.
Put him on an aluminum frame.
Paige Craig, love you.
Ken Roczen goes 22nd to second.
Dude,
and it's
he was shredding too.
He's shredding, but it's still somewhat debatable how good that ride was because there were only 3 factory guys, and he only passed one of them.
But still, watching him, dude, he was like 3/4 of the way through the main, and he was coming out of the whoops over that wall jump thing, and then just laying it into the finish line, just like old school Kenny scrubbing the shit out of stuff.
He was ripping, and there was a point like with about 7 or 8 minutes to go that Tom Cooper texts me. He goes, Kenny's going to win this race. And I said, I don't, 7 seconds is too much. I don't think
Chase
so.
mailed her in there pretty early.
Well, and then like he kind of started putting started getting a couple tenths out of Chase, and then like it went back and forth, started yo-yoing, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But that was a good ride, and it's good to see him doing the podiums here, and he's not going to ride.
Him charging all the way through a main.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch him
in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and then World Supercross is just going to be great.
And I'll also say any outdoor races that he's decided to show up, if one of them is either Thunder Valley, High Point, or Unadilla, I think he's going to yard everyone.
He isn't racing outdoors.
He's racing outdoors.
No, he's not.
I bet he is.
I bet
we'll see what this announcement is.
I bet you World Supercross has a clause in that contract with all that fucking money they paid him that he cannot race outdoors.
I bet you he rides outdoors.
We'll see.
I don't think he's going to ride the whole season. I'm not saying that.
I'll be surprised because this isn't a his decision or team decision. This is a World Supercross is paying him a lot of money to go back there. Just like they were going to pay Webb a lot of money to come ride too.
All I'll say is we'll see. I think with all the talk that he's had, I think he wants to ride outdoors.
So I'll make this point right now. It was going to be my reload rant, but it was more of a point. So obviously we've seen like the silhouette that World Supercross dropped.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's a Suzuki, it's a Fox helmet, it's Ken Roczen. They're going to make the announcement that he's riding or whatever.
Okay, cool.
The thing that drove me nuts was, okay, I'm signing this deal just so I could do World Supercross. Halfway through the season, he goes, no, I'm doing outdoors. And now it's back to, I'm doing World Supercross.
Mm-hmm.
So, was that a media play? Was that a Steve Astafin, hey, put this out there, and then we leverage it?
Would not surprise me if it was a play at all against World Supercross.
World Supercross to pay him more money.
I bet World Supercross... So I bet World Supercross themselves wasn't paying him. I bet it was supposed to be coming from the team, but the team doesn't have the budget to pay him.
Correct.
Because they're getting less money this year, period.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me at all if that was, and it's a smart play to put out that, hey, I'm not even going to go ride this. Your defending champ's not coming back.
That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's going to go do the outdoor season? No. Let's sweeten the pot a little bit. We want
Well,
him.
they're going to need someone because I've seen some of their lineup, and it is fucking...
Is it Dookie Butt?
Dookie Butt and retired... Dude, I'm sorry. Their lineup, outside of if Kenny does and Joey and Max, it's ass.
You're forgetting the most important guy.
Cedric Subaros?
No.
Oh, who? Shane McElrath?
The good fucking rider. Vince Freeze.
Oh, my God.
Look,
You don't remember the battle to the death, the championship of all time between Freeze and Roczen?
Look,
yeah,
here-
that was a fucking epic battle.
Here's what I think as far as that goes with the World Supercross stuff. I think they came in last year, they're like, oh, sweet, we got Tomac, we got Roczen, we got Savachi, like, this is cool, right? Plus everybody else. But I think they backed off too quickly of, like, I think... And I like Adam Bailey and all this stuff that's going on. This isn't me talking bad, but I think it was a miscalculation on their part of, starting in the second year, we can cut back the funding we're giving to the teams and all this crap like that, and we'll still have a good turnout. I think they should have planned for at least the first 5 years that they were going to have to put out a shit ton of money.
$50 million was going to have to go down
to get these top guys out there. Because from what I understand, from what I've heard, it was pretty heavy that Webb was going to go do it also on a different bike too.
Here's another problem.
Not a KTM.
Here's another problem that I have, or that they have, not I have, that they have, that we talked about when I was hesitant in the beginning, and now some of that hesitation is coming back. They don't have a top GP guy.
Yeah.
They don't have a top, like a true Euro guy.
Yeah.
And I said that was going to something they were going to need for the second year. They were going because they're having Max, they have a couple other guys, but they needed a at current top GP guy. They don't have that, and there's no talk. They just don't have one. No guy is committing to it. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's a problem. You can't have a World Series and have not a current top GP guy. You got to have one in your series. Doesn't matter if it's one. It didn't matter if they would have gotten Prado. Didn't matter if they would have gotten fucking Liam Everts. If they would have gotten they had to have one guy, and they don't have that. And I'm sorry. I'll argue this with anybody. I don't care who is sitting across from me. That is a problem. Because now it's just essentially an American series with some like sprinkled guys that have raced an American series. It's a problem, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to watch, and we're still going to talk about it because that's what we do. But I am less and less not only impressed, but less excited for this series now than I was 5 months ago. Like, cool, Ken Roczen's going to win the whole fucking thing. Sweet, I don't care. Am I happy for him? Yes.
I'm very in a we'll see what happens type thing. I was very hyped up last year with the talk of how much money there was, but like I said, if from the outside looking in at this point, and again, all props to Adam Bailey and not talking down to them. I'm not hardcore going after him like I do with Supercross and outdoors here. But I think there was a gross misunderstanding of how much money was going to have to be spent to bring in top talent after year one here until this gets rolling. Like you're going to have to spend that money the first 5 years to get the series rolling. Because let's face it, last year, what did we see? 2 fucking races. Okay, great, super, awesome. They were cool. Tracks needed some dialing, tweaks, all that kind of stuff, which they understand. That I think is great too. And they're very transparent about, we know we fucked some shit up and we're going to fix it. We saw it even between the first and second round last year. Okay. Now this year we've got 6 rounds. We're traveling the world. We've cut back funding to the teams. Last year they gave the teams, I think it was $500,000 each or something like that. This year I think they cut it back to like $250 or $300, something like that, which is like, oof, that's a lot.
Chris Willis is going to be getting a lot of seconds.
So, I think they need to bring the funding back up for the next few years as they continue to tweak and dial in the series. And then I think by year 5, 6, I think then the series will be established enough and you'll have enough background there to kind of go, hey, this is what we've got going on. You'll have solid numbers from social media, from streams of the actual races to crowds at the different places and all that kind of stuff to then go, okay, cool, this is what we can budget, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Well, last thing I'll say on this topic, too, I don't think it's completely over with on who exactly is going to be there because I think the door is still open for 2 guys. Obviously, Cooper Webb. There's a lot of rumors going around there. If they land Cooper Webb, that's huge for them.
It is.
And there's another guy that's voiced his opinion about wanting to go there, and we know he's not happy on the Big K. It's not a great day at the Big K for Jason Anderson. And we know he is...
Have you been texting him, asking him, or what?
No, I wish.
Is he in the Rolodex for the company? Like, can you just look his number up online?
Oh, that's a good idea.
He's probably in like it's in a locker somewhere, or somebody's desk.
Look, it's in Davy's locker.
Yeah.
Look, if they could get those 3 guys, don't get me wrong, that would be great. But once again, though, it's hard to market a World Series when you just have a bunch of American guys.
I get what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying.
They need some European flair. And Jordy Tixier isn't the guy.
What's that?
Jordy Tixier and Cedric Supercross aren't the guys.
And no offense to some of those dudes, like they're still badasses on dirt bikes, but the thing is that you can't call it a World Series when it's still just American racers.
Right, and I think the mindset just needs to change in the GP world because those guys are so wired to just do outdoors. Supercross.
Here's a crazy thing, though. A lot of those dudes have talked about wanting to do Supercross.
Well, here's their chance. It's time for them to nut up or shut up.
But the problem is they make too much money riding outdoors. They're going to need incentive.
There was somebody, Lewis Phillips, was talking to Steve about. And Steve's like, how come he's not doing it? And Lewis is like, well, he has told me every single day of my life when I talk to him that Supercross is scary and I will never do it. But I can't remember who it was.
Jeremy Sewer, probably.
Maybe.
I was about to say that if you could give some like hints, I could probably give you who
it might be. Sewer, I don't remember.
Well, Sewer has expressed that he wants to race Supercross. Prado has expressed it. The Coonan brothers are coming over to race Supercross.
Like, are those the 2 Belgium dudes?
Yeah, that's
Myrtle's guy.
Yeah.
Kaida Wolf's coming next year.
Yeah, I know that too.
That's interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Kaida Wolf's coming, yeah.
He's coming to the States?
Yeah. Which is crazy because he's doing it he's doing it really, really early. He's only 19.
To race Supercross?
He's going to do the whole thing.
Yep.
Who's signing him?
It's
Probably
gonna-
Husky.
Husky
He's
because
moving
he's on
over
the
here with
Stan.
Husky.
He's on the Stan Husky. So Husky's gonna have.
I like Haida Wolf. He's
He's a
nasty.
badass dude.
Yeah.
Husky's gonna have if he comes over, if he for sure comes over next year, they'll have RJ, Kaida Wolf, and then eventually they'll have Lucas Kunin. And then KTM is gonna.
I'd like to see Guadagnini over here too.
He likes America, but I don't think he's not gonna ride Supercross.
Yeah,
He's
we're getting
kind
way
of a-
off
I was gonna say
topic
we got to
here.
get back to the 450 review here. So Kenny gets second, AC third,
Dude, just doing the
just
lap.
doing the laps.
You know what, man?
And here's the thing,
Fucking props to him. John
Right.
Kuzo can suck a D.
he can
Yeah,
be,
so for anybody that doesn't know, John Kuzo, the 100% goggle rep.
oh boy, here we go. We just rip it.
I know, we just kind of pulled him out.
That's
We
okay.
just
I got
ripped
another
him
thing
out.
I can put out later. We'll talk about it here, whether
I
we're
need
going to do it after the break
kinda
or
watch
not.
myself.
Yeah, you
nowadays.
do, but I can't. If you have something to say and you don't want to say it, let me know and I'll say it because
Then
you
people
can
know
get.
it's me.
Yeah, you can get in trouble.
I can get in trouble for sure.
Don't-
I'm not trying to piss this opportunity in life away.
Don't say this out loud. Read my rant right there, and don't say anything.
The bottom before the very, very bottom.
No,
This?
no, just it says Holster Co. Reload rant, then just read what it says after that, and tell me.
Okay,
and
well, I'll
later
just
you
wait.
can tell me if we
But
should
either
throw that
way-
name out. Go ahead.
The tweet that went out,
Okay.
just talking smack to AC, comparing him to Mike Alessi crying for a heat race win. It's not even
bogus.
the same level, man.
No.
Like, Adam has been through some shit. And
Oh!
can you, like,
Did you hear though? They confirmed what we thought last night
I heard him talking about the stem cells on the broadcast.
in North Carolina, which was interesting. I didn't know they did it there, but
Is North Carolina code for Costa Rica?
I don't know.
Or Puerto Rico.
I don't know.
Whatever, but,
But
yeah,
they confirmed it. So we said it here first.
the stem cells.
The stem cells.
It works.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever, man. A healthy AC is a good AC in this sport, and
I
we've
think he's gonna be
always
good
said
outdoors. I think he's gonna be good outdoors.
it. I mean, that year with Osborne was.
I think he's gonna be really good outdoors. Look, man, everybody knows I'm not a big AC fan, but that dude has been through shit. He's right. He didn't know if he was ever going to race again, and even the fact that he was racing, he didn't know if he'd ever get back to this level.
Plus
Yeah.
the mental
And
battle.
look, I don't
man.
give a shit of the fact that there was only 3 dudes. If you take out the fact that Tomac was out and then Nichols had crashed, doesn't matter, man. That track was gnarly. The fact that he's made it almost the entire year without, he missed 2 rounds?
2, yeah.
2 rounds. I don't
Because he
care, man.
aggravated the wrist.
Yep, and then
Went and got the
in
cells.
Atlanta, he fucking ragged himself in the heat race and probably should have missed that.
Yeah.
Anyways, props to AC. He's great for the sport. I'm happy for the kid.
Yeah.
I don't care that he was crying. And actually, I got a little emotional because I like to see these dudes succeed. Just
Yeah.
because I'm not a fan of you doesn't mean I don't think all these dudes can succeed. It's
Yeah.
great. I'm happy for him. I hope he keeps it rolling. And like I said, dude, I
mean-
think he's going to be really fucking good outdoors.
Is there any doubt he gets another podium next week?
Oh, he might even, dude. You know what? Depending on what happens, the way Chase I think is going to win. I don't know, man. Maybe he just pulls something out of his ass and he gets second.
Good.
Yeah. Man.
He's not going to win, but second, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just happy for the kid.
I am too.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Yeah, I'm. If you're talking smack about him crying on the podium, you can go kick rocks.
Exactly.
Pound sand, bro.
Go check yourself in the mirror, bro. Why are you jealous?
And there goes our 100% sponsorship. Thank you.
That's never going to happen.
That's fine.
I don't think he's in charge of that anyway.
No.
All right.
It doesn't
I
happen.
don't know. I just saw that, and I think that's a pretty hot take for somebody that has a reputable job in the industry to go out and attack a rider.
That's a very hot. Like
Especially
that's
to
something
go-
like we would say.
I
especially
mean,
to go
but to
after AC.
attack a rider like
Yeah.
that, and AC responded.
Are you jealous because he's not 100%?
I told
He's
you,
a Scott Goggle guy.
Kuzo's a douche. Nobody likes him.
And there goes the
Never
sponsorship
met
even
him.
more.
But
I don't care, but
I-
AC of all people, that's like not really
yeah,
the
and
guy
AC
to go after.
had a very respectful reply to it.
Look, man, it's AC, it's Jesus Deegan, and it's Jet and Hunter Lawrence. Don't go after them.
yeah. Don't go after Joe Shimoda.
Yeah, who knows?
I love Joe Shimoda.
All right.
I like Joe Shimoda too.
Justin Hill, 4th. That's a really good ride for him.
Hey,
When are you gonna eat crow?
Dude, okay, there's 3 fucking factory guys.
I
left.
don't give
no.
a shit.
And they all beat him.
no.
Okay,
Guess what? There were more factory guys in the field last week.
And he was
They
getting
got
top 10s.
fives.
It's just like,
and he was getting top 10s.
look, he's having a great year, okay?
Okay,
shows
you
what
said
just talent
You
can
said
do.
the only thing he was beating was a tough block. Can you retract that statement?
You also may have said meth.
Okay.
What?
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 All right, Shane McElrath, whole shots.
Hang on a second, though.
Oh, boy, here we
Shocked and blow.
We're on this World Supercross talk. Does Justin and Josh slide into that somehow?
go.
I don't know who they were. I don't know who
Because
they ride for,
I
though.
those boys aren't going to ride outdoors.
No.
But,
It'd be smart for them to do it because they'd be good.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
think they
think-
are Supercross only guys.
I don't know
Justin, if he can keep this momentum going and keep working like he has and be happy like that, I think he'll take a step back up next year.
Look, and it shows how talented he is, man.
Yeah.
It shows that at one time there was a reason why he won a 250 title. He was getting top fives in Supercross. The frickin' race when he made the debut with JGR when he was leading in Florida.
Tampa Hill.
Tampa Hill.
Justin Hill is a damn good rider. It just look,
He's
man,
a good fucking
He's a
rider.
good fucking rider, and so is his brother.
Yeah.
I mean, his brother was a points leader in the 450 class at one
Beat
time.
James Stewart at one time.
There's nothing to shake a Barsha at.
Okay.
All right, so Shane Holshots and
That was
finishes
weird.
fifth.
That was weird, right?
Yeah, I was like,
Interesting.
man, I feel like I'm watching the Chase Shane championship battle.
For
in
honest,
Salt
for a
Lake.
second, I thought I had to look at my clock, and I was like, "It's 2020."
Yeah,
Yeah, but he looked solid up front and
He did.
comfortable.
He did.
He did.
A couple new settings on the bike, from what I
Shocked and
understand.
blowout.
Shocked and
it's probably-
blowout.
Well, he probably finally got the Kenny parts.
Probably.
He was running the
So
stuff. Yeah,
that was a good ride for him, man. And again, you got to be healthy to race.
So
So
I missed the Nashville show, but I watched that whole situation with the shock. He came
Yeah.
over the finish line, smoke everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, the bike's getting ready to go. And in my head, I'm thinking Hartraft. I'm thinking all these guys that weeded it. He goes off the face of the triple, and it kicks him like this.
Oh, boy.
And then it's, and then he lands, and I'm like, oh my god, pull off. And he pulls off, and then he's like pushing up and down on the bike, and that thing is just.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Sweet.
like, oh my god, thank God the bike didn't blow up.
yeah,
Yeah, because Shane is definitely not a person that needs to.
No, he
none of
doesn't
these
need
guys
that in his
but,
life.
like,
Now he's finally getting some momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
going.
He is, man. It's good. And I mean, look,
Yeah.
you know, Shane is never going to be the guy that we all like when he got that Moto Concepts ride because of all of his injuries. But still, like when Shane is healthy, I mean, dude, he was same thing, inching towards the top 10, and then everybody decided to die, and then it was just an easy top 10 for him. But I mean, I think when Shane is 100%, I think he can be in that argument for consistent top 10s. It's taken him a year and a half to get to this point.
yeah.
Because I mean, he has looked good for the last few rounds.
He made some comments in an interview I was listening to today about how he's finally had some time to test a bike and set up a bike and all that kind of stuff like that, and hasn't been injured and all that crap. So he's pumped to have
Wonder
the
what
bike in.
is he going
spot.
outdoors?
I don't.
He's a guy
No,
that-
he's going. No, I think he's going to race the 250 class at World again.
That's
Or
weird.
Rick Ware?
I don't know, but I don't
think
think.
he'll have
I don't
red
think.
numbers?
I don't think he's going outdoors.
You think he'll have a semi to be out of, or it's just going to be a concept hauler with
I
him
don't
and
know,
Joey?
dude.
Not sure.
How about Rick Ware's kids in some hot water in the NASCAR world? Do you see that?
No, but that doesn't shock me. Rick Ware's a
he's-
loose cannon.
He's getting canned for sexual abuse or something.
Oh boy.
NASCAR.
Dino,
Grab
sixth
me a
place.
bush light and smack the old lady around when I get home.
Oh man, Dino, sixth
Diener
place.
the wiener.
That's a
Diener
good.
the wiener.
good
Still
ride.
probably not going to be happy though.
No, probably not.
No, he had a really, you know how he deals with anxiety and has really
Yeah,
bad
he
panic
said
attack?
that.
He mentioned he had a really gnarly one the night before the race, and he was just miserable all day.
Yeah. So that's
Which,
interesting.
Man, that sucks. Poor
Yeah.
guy.
Josh Hill seventh. That's good. Chiz.
That's it. That's all.
No,
he
man,
did.
I like it.
What do you want me to say?
I just love that you're eating so much.
It's because he hates the Hill brothers. I don't know why.
I'm eating crow with that $20 in my pocket, so it's fine.
I should remember. I tried to rebet him, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, duh, I'm not an idiot.
That's smart on his part.
Bird in the hand's worth two in the bush,
Yeah,
you know.
whatever, dude.
So, Chiz eighth. That's all right. Harlan riding, which is crazy
And he got a
after
top
his
10.
shoulder. And
Dude,
yeah,
so his
ninth.
situation's pretty gnarly. He rode at Nashville. That was the first time he ever touched a 23.
Yeah, we
when he
talked
hit the
about
track
that.
And then
there.
died.
And then died.
And blew his shoulder out on the Dragon's back.
Yep.
Claimed him.
Died.
And then he was racing.
Yeah.
So I was like looking at fantasy. I'm like, I ain't touching this dude. He blew
Nope.
his shoulder out, and he goes ninth.
Yeah.
Max is out.
Mm-hmm.
52 points.
I gotta thank Tomac, by the way, because I had him for FFL, so he got me my points I needed out of him
And then
before he
bowed
died. Yeah.
Nice. I was hoping you pick him for All-Star, but you know.
No, Starling 10th, so that's okay there.
He was a little butthurt. He wasn't in the LCQ challenge, and he
A
definitely
lot
voiced his
butthurt.
opinion.
I feel like he's pretty butthurt all the time.
he is pretty butthurt. He voiced,
And I want to point out, every time he gets lapped, he's the worst lapper, and he wanted to claim that Anderson was being a dick to him.
He also
I
had-
side with Anderson.
he also had to make a point.
well,
on
he's your
the-
coworker, so I would
he has-
assume you would side with
He
him.
also had to make a point during the comment when he was commentating on the Pulp Challenge or the LCQ Challenge that like when Cartwright won, the guy with like an annual income and this and that, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really, Starling? Like,
we'll talk.
whatever.
We can talk about that after we
I
wrap
don't
this up
know.
here.
Yeah, Starling throws some.
Dude, he's just
stuff
pissed.
in that I
Everybody
did-
remembers him from Wife Swap, Wife Swap, and he doesn't,
A-Rod is 11th, so that's good for him.
A-Rod's
Dude, he was
alive.
running like 5th for half the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cartwright 12th, Clayson 13th.
Fat 25K he's going to walk away with.
Yeah.
Or 30 or whatever it is.
Norin 14th,
Oh, my God. Freddie Norin.
Michael Hicks 15th.
First ride on 450.
Anybody see that haircut on Devin Simonson for 16th there?
Hell yeah.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Hey, look, dude, you want a chance at winning that money? Which he finished pretty good in that race,
He was
too,
pretty
didn't he?
creative.
Yeah. So,
Hey, cut my hair. I heard you calling about my hair.
I mean, pretty much everybody in that thing made money. So.
oh, yeah. Tristan Lane, 17th.
Yeah. Well, hang on, while we were talking about everybody making money. How hilarious was it? The race is over and they forgot about the slow lap challenge, and those two dudes are out there just going super
yeah,
slow.
yeah, yeah.
It's hilarious. They were like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot about this."
That's awesome.
They were going for they were just on the brakes, just like a mountain bike. You know when you lock the front brake up, just like slowly inching down the backside every jump.
Well, not only that, but they had to do the air wheelie thing on the sight line.
That was funny,
great too.
Yeah.
Great.
I think Tristan Lane.
Mason Kerr.
Oh, Mason Kerr. That's right. Yeah.
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 He put a skid plate sticker on there and it said "to the moon." So he's doing this, and the sticker on the skid plate
That's
says "to the
awesome.
moon" on it.
Carnow 18th, Lane Shaw 19th, Moran's 20th.
Hey, pump for Lane Shaw, though. First ever 450 made, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dirt Bike Depot's own.
Yeah.
DBD.
Anybody know what happened to Colt Nichols?
Well, I saw him on the side of the
He's
Tough
alive.
Block.
He's alive.
Is
saw
he?
him on the side of Tough Block.
I was actually worried that was Kev for a second, and I was like, oh boy.
The only thing I can assume is that he probably like lost traction on that on off, and I don't know. Just
Was it the on off?
Well, it was weird because he was sitting
the
on the-
double coming back the other way. I think.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. He was sitting in the Tough Block, so like you couldn't really tell where the bike was pointed. I thought it was the on off, but then it could have been the rhythm section after. I don't know, dude. Bummered for Colt Nichols though.
Can't catch a break.
Cannot catch a break. I mean, good
guy.
thing he's going to get paid to be a test rider.
Yeah, so 21st and Tomac 22nd. 450 race recap.
Recrap.
It was
Recrap.
a recrap, dude.
That's a recap. Wild way to like. I know we have one more, but wild way to end the season.
We're not even going to wrap up Salt Lake. We're just going to straight to outdoor preview.
I am